Hi. So, y'all want to know a little fun fact about ADHD? So, I personally have ADHD, and well, if you know me in person, you'll know that I'm all over the place, and every thought that I have is very chaotic. Yes, very extremely. Ooh, puppy. You doing okay over there? What you doing? Don't look at me like that. No, I love you. I love you, puppy. Go back to bed. Go back to bed. Go on. Okay, so ADHD. That's a good example right there. My dog just barely moving. It's like my mind is all over the place, but it's also right now, right here. I know exactly what's going on. My dog is still moving. Are you done now? Yeah, she's done now. But like I go and I do freaking everything. Like if you're curious on something about like what people with ADHD do is so like with me in class, I like to fidget because a lot of people with ADHD love to fidget. I'll fidget with my mask, I'll fidget with this ring I have. It's one of them fidget rings. I have this bad boy. Yeah, I just mess with that. And also, I have a Newton's cradle. I Why? Because fidgeting. I'm still eating popcorn that I made around 4 o'clock, 4:15 in the afternoon. Like, I may not know what's going on, but I know what's going on. And this one is not scripted. I don't have a bulletin point or anything, but so I want to talk about hyperfixation. Yeah, that's what it was. So hyperfixation, like I do that a whole lot. 1 minute I'm collecting knives or like working on knives, like this one. Like I'll go and I'll sharpen knives, any knife that I find. I found a letter opener, and I turned that thing into a spear, like a, you know, one of them. And like this beautiful scaly boy knife with a very nice, comfortable handle. It fits my hand quite nice, as you can see. You know, but we'll have hyperfixations, and like 1 minute I'm sharpening knives and restoring them to the next minute where I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to play guitar. And I'm going to spend a lot of money buying a very nice old guitar. And I have this in drop C. And that's more like a metal tone, right? So if you go like E standard, that's more like Oh, letter music. Oh my god. I've dropped my mouse. I have no idea what is going on. I just wanted to grab a pic. Yes. Oh, and also, do you like my jar? It's a wooden jar. I made it out of wood. I also like this pic. It's wavy, it's curvy, it's nice. What was it? I was talking about hyperfixations. But yeah, like I went and I took 3 months learning the guitar. Still don't know how to play it, but I spent $200 on this. $200 on left-handed Flores Rose locking nut, left-handed Tracer 1980 guitar. I like that noise. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But besides that, I want to talk about conversations with an ADHD person. If you do not know, don't go and say like if you see me staring off into space, I want you to repeat it at least like 2 more times. Not like 5. Don't get angry at me. I'm not trying to get mad at you or have you get mad at me. I'm just really trying to. I'll pay attention, but then I'll stare out into space, but I'm not really staring out into space because I'm also focusing on everything that's around us. So, let's say it's just me and you having a normal conversation, right? Just like, oh, hey, what's going on, man? And then I will start a conversation for you to talk at me, but I will be listening, but also not listening. If that makes sense at all. Like, I can't describe it in any other way. I will focus, but I'm not focused. That's why I have this. Like, I'll go and I'll pay attention, start fidgeting, and then I'll lose it, but I'm also there. So, like, don't get mad at me. Or if you like text me and I don't get back to you in like 3 hours, I am sorry. I don't text fast. I'm very hypocritical about that because I'm always here being like, oh, I hate it whenever people don't reply fast to me, but then next thing you know, I'm the one who's not replying really fast. Right? And I've been like a year without my medicine. Take it like once in a while. But yeah. So yes. No, but like a lot of my videos I'll like go and I'll look off or I'll stutter and everything. Yes, that is the thing with ADHD where it's like, oh hey, I my mind is going really fast, okay? I don't mean to hold up your time. That's also one thing that I'm very self-conscious about, is holding people up on their time. And I hate it whenever I stutter because right there, I hate not being able to send out my message as fast as I want it to. And I remember like seeing memes and having people talk to me and be like, wow, you have ADHD, right? And I would be like, oh yeah, I got ADHD. And they'll be like, oh man, you must be really thinking of a lot of things really quickly. And I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking of a lot of things very fast but wrong. It reminds me of this meme of me like with my ADHD, like, haha, I'm doing 1,001 equations every second and I'm doing them wrong, but faster. Yeah, no. Also, for some reason, I got really into rock collecting too, like crystals and stuff and all that jazz. They are really pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, ooh. I wish I had a light on me. No, I don't need one. But then, I'll like not focus on something personal of mine, kind of like with eating. Like, it's either I eat nothing or little to nothing, or I'll eat everything. I downed a whole entire bucket of chicken, $5 chicken from Giant, and a thing of ice cream, and almost the entire thing of popcorn. But I'm still working on it. It's very stale, but I'll still eat it because it's salty and peppery. Oh, and also, with another hyperfixation, like 1 minute, I'll be wanting to learn how to play the guitar or the drums, or how to get really good at a video game, or collect posters or street signs and movies in vinyl. Car. I have a plant that I'll water and then I'll forget to water and then I water it and then I stop and then or I'll overwater it and then I'm like, oh dear God, I overwatered it. I can see it just like gooing on the top of the soil, and then I'll try to like get like paper towels to soak up the excess water, because I know it's really bad for plants to have very excess water. Yeah. But like with ADHD, it's fun, but it's bad, but it's fun. I'll overthink and like I'll do the whole entire like create a scenario in my head, overthink it, and then get really depressed over it. And then other times I'll go and I'll have a conversation, and whatever I say, if I don't agree with it like right after I say it, I don't want to go back and be like, oh no, I did not mean it. No, I will think about that. I will think about that for days, weeks, months, because I'm still going through it. I have a million quotes in my head from what I said that I don't like. Other people might enjoy it or agree with it, but I don't. And that will stay in my head. I'm very self-conscious, and also with one thing about ADHD is like, so it's very bad to not express or talk about your ADHD, because like that's one thing I'll talk about. That's like my conversation piece is myself and my ADHD and how I stutter and shit like that. I mean crap like that. But but what was I saying? Oh yeah, expressing like my ADHD. If somebody comes and talks to me and like they want to vent to me about something, I will go on like a 30-minute rant talking about a previous situation that was kind of like that one, but not really, about myself. And it's not in like a narcissistic way. It's the only way that I show empathy. If that makes sense. It makes sense to me because like I do it, but it's also like, hey, yeah, I'm sorry. Here's this 30-minute rant. And that's how I show empathy. because I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry for you. I just can't do that in a conversation. That's not how I show empathy. I'm sorry, but it's not. I'll give you like a pat on the back, like, oh, my mic's loose now. Great. But I'll go on a rant about myself in previous occasions that make me feel how you are feeling, and that's how I show empathy. I'm sorry. That's how I do things. And again, I am sorry. Okay, for another topic. So, kind of like on the food situation, but not the food, but my room. I will keep it very messy or very clean all the time. So one thing I used to do before I got this L desk here, it's very nice. I have a gun. Oh dear God, I should not have a gun. Oh, it's clear. Plus it's an airsoft gun. I still should not have a gun, because next thing I know I'm gonna go pew pew. Oh, that reminds me. Another hyperfixation is I will go and I will like make my guns look something like out of Fallout, but like with my own touch to it. So, like on this side I have a little pew. Here, let me do all the beauty makeup people do. Pew. P-E-W. On the slider. But like I would keep my room very messy or very clean all the time. Before I got this L desk, I would go and I would shift my entire room around. 1 minute my parents would be like, okay, have a good night, Owen, see you in the morning, yada yada yada, and my bed will be like, here, let me just, it will be over there, my night table over there, my desk over here, dresser over there, TV over there, drum set, yada yada yada. And I will move everything. My bed's now over here laying that way. My TV is now up against that wall with all my helmets and everything. Well, I need to fix that. And I would remove mounts, okay? Like, if posters are hanging up there, I will rearrange them. My flags here, my banner and flag, I will move them. My sign there, moved. All those, moved. And I will sit there, and I will do it for 3 hours, and it will feel like 5 minutes. Like, I will move everything, clean, all that. I would even have a little tiny handheld vacuum that I would vacuum with. And I would get that all done in the span of 3 hours to 2 hours. Moving everything, cleaning, deep cleaning. Even my closet I would clean. And my parents would come in. And I remember with this one time, I didn't get any sleep one night. And I had like 3 Red Bulls hidden under my desk or something. And they were like, what did you do here? Did you sleep? I was like, oh yeah, I slept. I took about 5 minutes to move all this stuff around. They go, 5 minutes? No, you were lying to me. This took you about like 4 hours. Have to. Well, hold on. I started around like 12 o'clock. Ended around 3. Yeah, about 3 hours. Yeah, you're right. My parents would just sit there in amazement. Just, you're failing all your classes, but you move everything around. You have the time to move everything around. Well, yeah, I mean, I find myself hyper fixated on this instead of cracking under last minute to do all the schoolwork. Even then, past the deadline, still feeling this pressure to do all this homework. Yeah, we like it under pressure. We're kinky like that. No, but like, all seriousness, like, with us moving stuff, we will find the dumbest things to hyperfixate on. So, like, let's say I have 10 assignments due. I will wait until their deadlines. Okay, let's say November 10th, I have an assignment, 3-page essay. November 12th, I have a math homework to turn in. I will wait until the night before to do all of it. Even then, on the deadline, as I'm sitting there before class ends to go into that class, then I will do it. I will do it then. And then I'll turn in like nothing happened. And I did it three weeks ago. So there's that side. You'll either get it done right before you get to that class, or you get it done right as it's handed to you. People with ADHD are weird, but I love them. It's same thing with me lifting weights. I will sit there, and if I'm doing it by myself, it's either I go small and go home, or I go big, feel sore, and then go home. Yeah, there's no in between. I can't do in between weights. Like today, I hurt my back because I went full out. I did. No. I squatted 100. Wait, hold on. I need calculator. What button was it? Okay, so the bar is 45 pounds plus 40 plus 40. No, that's not right. If the bar is 45 plus 40 plus 40, 125. I squatted 125 pounds, and now so we were doing reps of 5 sets of 5 4 3. So 5 would be the lightest. No, it was 5 4 3 2 2. The second 2 should have been your max where you were struggling. I went, and on like the 4, I was doing 35 and done. No sweat. But like with me doing something with my buddy, it was okay, screw it, let's just go full out for our 2. And then I started doing the hookah shaka, hookah shaka from Hooked on a Feeling by, I don't remember what that band's name is, but I went and I squatted, I did my 2, and then I went hookah shaka, hookah, with the bar still on my shoulders, and I did 4. So, and on my 3rd one, to do my 4th, I went, looked down, adjusted my feet, and I went, squatted, racked it, and I didn't realize that I was hurting until I went to bend over to pick up my phone to write down what I did. And then I started feeling pain in my lower back, and whenever I got into 6th period, ooh, no. Even sitting here right now, it's painful. It is pain. I'm living in pain and agony 24/7 actually. So, yeah. I mean, ADHD is something weird, and if you see me fidgeting, please don't tell me to stop, because then I can't focus. Because even if I'm just like holding my little lizard and like squishing it because there's those little pellet things in it, it's helping me focus on what I'm saying or doing or hearing. Like, I have a lot of really good memory with history and English. Not if I read a book, but if somebody reads it to me. If I'm there fidgeting, I can recall whatever happened. We're currently reading a book, I can't remember it, but it's based in Australia, and there's 2 brothers, there's two brothers who are like the main characters, and there's a older brother who's not really there, but he's working really hard to get out of that home. His dad's been unemployed for 3 months, and his mom's there being the breadwinner, and they're arguing about him going on government pay, whenever unemployment, and so uh the two brothers went in like the first chapter. They went to a horse race and they were talking to the police officers. One was a guy, one was a girl. The one brother was fantasizing her in a bathtub and naked, or also in her underwear, and then in a bathtub naked and everything like that, while the other one's talking to the male officer, trying to be like, hey, so can you put in a bet for us? Oh, hey, I'm going to assault you, but in a joking way, so it's all cool. I'm just joking around with you. Ha ha ha, let's just have some fun. And then he beats the crap out of some guy because he called his brother or his sister a slut and a whore, and she knows her way around the block, so he beat the crap out of him. And then now there was a dude who's like leaning on their fence, like it's about to break and everything, and he's over here like, hey, so I heard you beat the crap out of this kid. You want to become a boxer? Yeah, and then that's where the story left off, because I went down to the library because of my hurting back. So yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. I can recall a book if somebody reads it to me. But yeah, I just wanted to bring awareness to whoever feels like watching this. And like right now, I'm having a peak moment of my ADHD where I'm like, okay, I gotta get stuff done. I want to make music. I want to record. I want to do everything right now. Unlike yesterday where I was like, I want to record something. I do want to make music, but my bed's comfortable. So, yeah, just if you guys have any other question, if you guys have any questions about ADHD that I could possibly help you with, shoot me a message in the chat, in the comment section. Just let me know if you have any questions that you want to know about, because I will happily help you. I understand something that is pretty minor, but if isn't controlled or talked about, could lead into depression, anxiety, and then eventually offing themselves. So yeah, that's a really sad note to leave off on. But ADHD, we hyperfix on a lot of things, and especially dogs or shiny things. So yeah, but if you have any questions for me, just let me know. Leave them down in the comments, and yeah, I hope I could bring something to you that is semi helpful, because that's really all I want to do, is bring awareness to something that a lot of people think is just being lazy, or just like some kid being hyper or being an attention seeker, because I could call it an attention seeker a lot by my sixth period teacher, who's my math teacher, and I really don't like, because she calls me like an attention seeker whenever I'll do nothing wrong. I will mind my own business, and other people will be like, hey, stop doing that. I'm not doing anything to you. Stop that. My teacher will be like, oh, he's just an attention seeker. Just don't mind him. I'm sitting on the floor because it's more comfortable, and also it's written in my IEP, so I don't want to hear jack diddly crap. Plus, I was sitting on my phone playing Clash of Clans, upgrading my elixir, and also gold mines. So I don't want to hear that I'm an attention seeker whenever I make random sounds, because I'm not. It's just how I do. I make a lot of random sounds, and if you give me something to occupy me that isn't schoolwork, or if it's a book, book, fantastic book. Highly recommend it. My friend loaned this to me because he said that he quite literally dropped it later in the series. Like, didn't like, oh, I don't feel like reading this. No, literally. I'm sorry, baby boy, for dropping your book like that. I'm really sorry. But no, I really need to end this episode. I'm on 30 minutes. This is one of the longest videos I've made. What was that? Okay, I'm sorry for taking up your guys' time, and I wish you all a fair night. Love you all, and yeah. I'm a white person with ADHD. Don't pay any mind to my fidgeting, and no, I'm not attention seeker. As much as it seems like I am not. I just like talking a lot, and also playing Clash of Clans. I like looking at that cock, and working on my cock.